Hi all, my name is Wendy Shuffett and I will be your instructor for American History 2. I want to take a few minutes and talk through the syllabus with you. So if you would, pull up the syllabus or print it off so that you have it in front of you and we can talk about some of the highlights from this document. The first thing to note is that my office hours are considered virtual office hours, which means I am working from home. And so those are the times that I am available to answer emails that are listed there on your syllabus. One thing to note is that when you email me, you need to use your Jeff State email, not your Google or cloud or whatever, and make sure you tell me what class you're in, what your question is, and your name. I've got 5 different classes this semester with over 200 students, and so I'm going to need to know specifics to be able to answer your question in a timely manner. If you want to do some type of a one-on-one Skype or something, just let me know and we can set it up within that time frame that's listed there. All emails will be responded to within 24 to 48 business hours, which means that I'm not available on the weekends. And so if you email me on a Friday about an assignment that is due on Sunday, you will not get a response until the next week. So you want to make sure that you are on top of all of your assignments. Our textbook is The American Promise, Volume 2. You will need to make sure that you secure that within the first week. You will need the textbook because there are chapter quizzes that go along with our class. At the end of the semester, the 3 lowest quiz grades are dropped. And so what that means is that if you are deciding that you want to skip a quiz 1 week or things are too busy, you can take a 0 for the quiz that week for the chapter quiz and consider that as one of your dropped quizzes. One of the other things to note is that this class is done through Blackboard, which means you need to take a few minutes to get familiar with Blackboard and with our site. You'll notice on our site on the left-hand side that there is a student help, technology help button, and that can help you answer some questions with regards to Blackboard, like how to turn in assignments and browser issues, those kind of things. One thing I do want to note with this is that Blackboard is not compatible with Apple products. And so if you are using an Apple program with your MacBook or whatever to turn something in, Blackboard is not friendly to that. And so I will not be able to open it and read it. And so you want to make sure you turn in your documents either with Word or Publisher, something along those lines if it calls for it in the assignment itself. Google Docs will work, or you can just type in your answers directly into the assignment page. A couple other things to highlight, and that is that our class is broken into modules, and each module is 1 week long, and there are 14 modules over the course of our semester. And so what that means is that a module will open on a Monday and it will close on the next Sunday night. And so throughout that course of the week, you need to go in and do the work. You need to read through the module, watch the videos that are on that specific topic. You need to read the chapter that is associated with that module and take the quiz. And you also need to do the module assignments. I highly recommend that you get online in the early part of the week so that you have time to work through all of the information and get your assignment done, read your chapter, get your quiz in, rather than wait until the Sunday when everything is due and try to do it all then. Late work is only allowed for 1 day past the due date, and it is worth half credit. And so because the module's open for a week, you got plenty of time to go in and get things done, and I highly recommend that you do that again at the first part of the week and kind of space yourself throughout the week to get your work done. You'll notice that our modules and assignments and quizzes all close on Sunday at what is called end of day. End of day is 11:59 p.m., and that is 11:59 on Jeff State's site, which may be a couple of minutes different from what your computer says. And so you want to make sure you're not pushing it to 11:57, 11:58, 11:59 because it would be turned in late if it is past that 11:59 mark. Couple other things to note. There is on our site a module folder that has all of our modules that will open up each week. You cannot work ahead. You work 1 week at a time. There is a module assignment tab that will have all of the corresponding modules, and then there's a quizzes tab, and the corresponding quiz will be in that as well. One of the things that is a problem with online classes is to get online and find answers to questions on various websites and copy and paste them in as your answers, or using someone else's material as your answers. And that is considered cheating and or plagiarism, and it will result in a 0 for that assignment. And if it continues, you will be written up with the college. When all of your assignments are turned in, they automatically go through a program with Jeff State called Safe Assign. And Safe Assign looks through trying to find plagiarism with online components, as well as comparing it to other students that are turning things in. And it will let you know and me know the percentage of plagiarism that is there in your assignment. If that number is unusually high, which would be probably over like 20%, then I will go in and check it, and I will check it against the sites that are listed with the internet, as well as if there's another student that it compares to, and if it's considered copying or plagiarism, you'll get a 0. I will alert you that you got a 0, and here's why. And so you just want to be careful that you're doing your own work, that you're rewriting things in your own words, and that you're responding out of what you're learning. This class is built on points only, which means that nothing is weighted more than anything else. And so you can keep up with your grade as well as I can. You can keep up with your grades through the grade tab. It is under the tools tab, which is on our Blackboard site. As soon as something is graded, your grade immediately goes into that grade book and you can keep up with it. Usually I will grade assignments that are turned in by a Sunday during the next week while the new modules open. And then when the next week happens, I'll grade those assignments and kind of work my way. So I'm usually about a week behind the assignments that you turn in. That way we can keep some element of organization in place. You want to make sure also that when you are turning things in, that you're turning them in through the assignments tab. There is a way to do that. You can, some of it is very user friendly, but if you have questions, there is a browser technology button, as we said earlier. And if you click on that, it has in there how to turn in assignments. One of the things is that we have a project that we are going to do that is due in the early part of October, and it is called an oral history project. Well, this is one of the projects that I like to do with my American History 2 classes because it really allows students to engage with a little bit more current American history with the people around them. I will be giving you details about that assignment within the first couple weeks of our class, and you will have basically the whole month of September to be able to get that down. What it essentially looks like is that you will be interviewing someone who lived through a specific period of history, and you will be asking him or her questions and then writing up a responsive paper that is turned in. And so some of the topics are lived through the civil rights movement, or fought in Vietnam or Korea or the Gulf War, was affected by 9/11. There's a whole list of items that you can choose from. You would be surprised at how many of your family members have lived through some events in American history that you had no idea. And this assignment is a good way to kind of engage with American history a little bit more closely. So that assignment, those assignment details will be coming out in the early part of September, and I will go into some detail with explaining that to you. The last page of your syllabus is one of the most important pages, and that is our course outline. and it outlines where we're going, what chapter is covered with what module, what content is covered with what module, when it opens, when it closes. You need to keep up with this because this will guide you with turn-in dates, and it will also guide you with where we're at in the class. It's really easy with online classes to kind of lose your place sometimes or even forget that you have work due. And so I recommend that you take that course outline and you either enter it into a planner or you have it accessible to you so that you can get your work done in a timely manner. I will send out announcements the first couple times that we have new modules open, but after that, I don't. It'll be your responsibility to keep up with that. So I'm excited about our semester. I love American history too. Please continue to reach out to me if you have questions or concerns. Make sure you get your textbook as quickly as you can. This first week is just getting textbook and doing a syllabus quiz and a little introduction kind of thing for some easy points. And then we will hit the ground running with content during the second week.